What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video to get those 10s and 20 views. Now, WrestleMania is tonight and tomorrow. I hate the two-night WrestleMania and Wrestle Kingdom. It should be one night. It's like, you don't need to put everybody on, just have one good main card. But that being said, I decided to combine two things I thoroughly enjoy again. That being professional wrestling and football. That's right, we're over here, back here, because today I have this kind of workshop with a little help from my buddy Chris. What professional wrestler best fits or describes each NFL team? Now, this whole thing is literally singles success. And so, like, there are a few guys that have been really good tag team wrestlers. That's out of the way. And when I say things like championship, it is like the world heavyweight title of either WWE slash WWF, TNA, AEW, or New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it's like they have to be like the top guy. So with that being said, open up my little list. I have a massive list I made. I'm gonna get a drink, so I'm gonna monologue. Oh, now one last thing before I get started. I went on a noble nerd quest today, being Friday, and acquired the massive D&D 20-sided dice. My plan with this is to... I'm going to put like kind of like foam or cloth in here so I can shove all my dice in here and roll it without it worrying. And I'm going to get a strap and strap it down because, as you see, if I were to like roll this thing and it pop open, I don't want dice flying everywhere. So that will be the plan. I will show a photo when I get it strapped down. But that being said, one more sip of tea. Let's get going. We are going to start in the AFC East. The Miami Dolphins, the wrestler that best fits them, in my opinion, is Big E. Both big, colorful fans really truly love them, but it is shocking how many few times they actually won a championship. Next up is New England, and of course that is I Can't See You, John Cena. Because you either love him or you hate him. There's not much middle ground. And they both won way too many championships in the through 2000 and 2010s. Buffalo, the one and only Xavier Woods. Both are actually really good at what they do, have a loyal / crazy fan base, and we are all still waiting on them to win a championship. New York Jets, or the New Jersey Jets, you are our truth. Both be really good, but kind of known for their comedy, and actually won a championship. Yeah, R-Truth won it in TNA. He was their champion at one point, so that does count in my opinion. Moving on to the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens, they are best represented by Edge. Both are normally really good, have a gothic look to them, won a few championships, and at times can be a little rated R. I'm looking at you, Ray Lewis. Next up, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's actually one of the few times it's kind of the local guy, but they got Kurt Angle. Both normally really good, hard hitting, smart, integrity, that all describes both the Steelers and Kurt Angle. but do have questionable moments at times that kind of gets them in a little trouble. The Cincinnati Bengals, they got the enforcer, Arn Anderson. At times they are one of the best, but they have never won a championship. Cleveland Browns, I had a hard time actually getting a person to fit the Cleveland Browns because they actually have a pretty decent following of fans, but then have done some extremely questionable things that cause people to hate them. The only rest, both can technically rebound from. So Cleveland, you got Enzo Amore. Now, personally, I don't think Enzo should have been fired for what he got fired for, but then recently he has done some things that has truly pissed people off, so I don't want to see him on my screen, much like the Browns. The AFC West. Starting off with the Las Vegas Raiders. You have the one, the only, Haku. Both have won championships in the 70s. Haku does have a championship. But they're both more known for the crazy antics that happen off the field or the ring. Do you want to fight a Raiders fan or Haku? Actually, that'd be a fun fight. Raiders fans versus Haku. I'm still putting money on Haku to win. The San Diego Chargers. Yeah, you haven't won your new location yet. You are Carl Anderson. I do kind of like both of these things. That's just give. But they both have been shockingly good at times and kind of failed to make it all the way to the top and sadly never won a championship, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. Next up, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am giving you one Kenneth Omega. Both started off with the potential of being great and didn't. Chiefs, by not winning those first couple Super Bowls against the Green Bay Packers. Kenny started off in the WWE, but then chose to leave. Had a stretch of questionable times, best described for both of them, but hard to argue right now they're not one of the best currently. And now for Perna's favorite team, is one of the guys I do follow, the Denver Broncos. I am giving you Bully Ray. Now remember, this is just his solo run. This has nothing to do with his tag team run. Both has had their up and downs throughout the years, and actually won a few championships. Bully Ray, if WWE used him right, should have been a championship on his return back, but he had a great run TNA. The AFC South. Starting off with the Houston Texans. I'm giving you Heath Slater. Both came in with some really high hopes and can be entertaining, but they're more or less a joke nowadays, and I do not see either one of them win a championship in my lifetime. Sorry. The Indianapolis Colts. You are Bret the Hitman Hart. Both are one of the best in the world at times. Won multiple championships, but never was the guy. Like, all those great Peyton Manning years, it was Tom Brady or Brett Favre / Aaron Rodgers. But for Bret Hart, there's always guys like Taker, Austin, Rock, Hogan. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Prince Pretty himself, Tyler Breeze. Both have the style and look that can win them a championship. But unless everything kind of falls perfectly in place, I don't see that happening. Oh, I definitely could see Tyler Breeze like winning a championship and being highly successful back in WWE or in AEW. I really like that gimmick. Tennessee Titans, you were kind of a hard one to mesh, so I kind of went off your look a little bit and your location. I gave you the Honky Tonk Man. Both can be really good and have style, but sadly, never won a championship. So Titans is actually a good thing. My dad's a diehard Rams fan, so and that was actually a great Super Bowl. Moving over to the NFC side things, starting off with the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys. You are Hulk Hogan. You both think you're America's team or best America's favorite, and had some great runs from the 70s all the way up to the early part of the 2000s, but have made some highly questionable decisions that has cost you more recently. The Philadelphia Eagles. I really want to rip into you guys and make fun of you, and I could pick someone really bad, but I do think this one's best fit. It is The Miz. But both of you are shockingly, all surprisingly, consistently good. Has won a championship. Never shut up to the point that you probably should get hit in the face with the amount of trash talking you do. And really only had one solid great year. You are who you are. The Washington Commanders. Gold Dust. Both had success in the past, but your original gimmicks would not even be considered in today's day and age. Yeah, if you don't know Gold Dust's original character, go look it up. It is would be considered like highly offensive today. The New York Football Giants. You were kind of a hard one to pin down, but I actually do think this is a good fit, and that is one Claudio Castagnoli. Both are known to be big, strong, physical, kind of a bland, basic, effective style of offense, and you have won the championships. Moving on to the NFC North. The Chicago Bears, you are Shinsuke Nakamura. Both of you have won championships and are at your best when you can be both charismatic and extremely physical. Please tell me that doesn't Nakamura would not work well with that 85 Bears team that really liked to hit people and had an extremely charismatic quarterback. The Detroit Lions. You are Sami Zayn. Both you can come off as a joke most of the time, but honestly, I would not be shocked if you don't win a championship anytime soon. The Minnesota Vikings, another team that's kind of hard to peg down, but I have given you Greg the Hammer Valentine. Both of you have, both of you, were one of the best back in the day, but never won a championship. Now, for Tom Grassi, one of the guys who kind of helped make me really do more of the sports stuff, favorite team, the Green Bay Packers. You are The Undertaker. Both Taker and the Packers have a long historic run, won a few championships. And when you really look back at it, for the Packers, it's shocking how few championships they won. And for Taker's, the lackluster quality runs of like when he held the championships, like he had, they're it's both like, wow, how did you guys not win more or had a longer stint at the top? Moving on to the NFC West. LA Rams, I being kind to you. You are getting AJ Styles. Both the Rams and AJ kind of have bounced around the map. The Rams started off in Cleveland, ended up in LA, went to St. Louis, and then back to LA. AJ Styles, on the other hand, went from WCW to TNA, where he had a nice long stint, New Japan, and then WWE. Both have won championships and actually all their locations, but at times had really bad runs. Like some of those AJ storylines are kind of just not good for how good he is. The San Francisco 49ers. I have decided you are CM Punk. It's hard to argue how good both the Niners and Punk have been throughout the years. But due to things like injuries, personal politics, backstage politics, they both have been less successful than they really should have been. The Seattle Seahawks. You are Bryan Danielson, a local hero. Both have kind of started off lackluster, but in more recent times have really been one of the best and won some championships. And honestly, would you be shocked if either Seattle or Bryan Danielson wins another championship? I wouldn't. The Arizona Cardinals. You are Billy Gunn. You know, if people really looked it up, they'll be shocked at how old both of you really are. And at times, you can look like one of the best there is, and at other times come off as a complete goofball. Now, moving on to the division closest to my heart, the NFC South. Starting off with the Atlanta Falcons, I have given you Christian. Now, both are the less popular of their styles. You know, like Ravens are easily more popular than the Falcons, and Edge is more popular than Christian. But throughout the years, both teams had some form of success. Christian has won a few championships, and Atlanta hasn't. So, Atlanta, you need to get on that. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You are Bray Wyatt. Both started off meh. No, those early Bucs teams really weren't that good, but have had stretches where they have looked amazing and won championships. But most of the time, they just come off looking like fools. Like Tampa's not going to be good this year, and Bray Wyatt and the gimmicks just always look great, but don't have the success they should. The New Orleans Saints. You are easily Dolph Ziggler. Both the Saints and Ziggler have extremely embarrassing past. Saints fans used to wear bags over their heads going to games, and Dolph started off as a member of the Spirit Squad. But more recently, they both have won championships, but injuries kind of keep them from being at the top, like more often. Now, my favorite team was shockingly hard to pick, but we, the Carolina Panthers, are Cody Rhodes. Both the Panthers and Rhodes started off strong, but throughout the years have had up and downs, and at times have looked really bad and dumb, much like Stardust. But hopefully, we can win a championship no sooner rather than later. Cody probably gonna win tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure what night he's facing Roman. And the Panthers are gearing up to be really good in a really weak division. But that is it. Tell me, do the wrestlers that I pick fit the respective teams that I chose for them? Or am I a complete idiot? If you think there's a better team for any team, tell me in the comment section. Make your own video. I'm pretty cool with it. You can make a video, tag me saying I was the inspiration. I would be really cool with that. But that is it. That's all I got. I'll see you weird people later.